Hi everyone. Welcome to East Central College if this is your first semester at East Central. And most definitely welcome to Comp 1 whether this is your first semester or not. I'm Dr. Watts, your instructor. And what I'd like to do in this first little video is just talk to you about some of the components of the syllabus. There's so much information there that it's a little overwhelming, but I'd like to point out some sections that I hope you'll be sure to read. And so you can see on the screen before you that I've got the syllabus pulled up, and I recommend that you download this syllabus, save it to your computer so that you'll have it. And then just trying to point out a few things. Of course, the syllabus tells the course name and the sequence number. That's important. The little section here in the middle gives you some information about who I am and how to contact me. I'm going to be available to you Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for online office hours, meaning if you'll contact me during those times, I'll be immediately available given whatever question or problem you are having. But I also will be on campus. I'm on the Rolla campus, by the way, and I can meet with you any day so long as you let me know what time, and I'll give you instructions on how to get there. I certainly want to support your educational journey, and part of, even though you are in an online class, part of your success might mean making some one-on-one contact. So here's some telephone numbers. My cell phone number is probably the best one for you to use to contact me. You might get a voice recording saying this is Possible Moments Photo Booth, but please just go ahead and leave a message and I'll call you back. So that's that section. There's also a course description there on the syllabus, which I'm sure you read when you signed up for the class, and a little bit of explanation of course prerequisites. The next section I want to focus on is this on required textbook and course material. We have two books. One you have to purchase or rent, and it is the Seagull Reader. It should be relatively inexpensive. We don't read every single thing in the book, but we read several of the essays there, so it's worthwhile getting a copy of that. The second textbook you do not have to purchase, woo-woo. It's open source, meaning that it's available online. There's a link to it in our class, and the activities we do from there will be announced as I get more acquainted with your writing. The next section of the syllabus is this technology section. Well, you already know that it's taught using Moodle. You might not know what to do if you have difficulty. There's an ECC IT help desk, and here's a number to call specifically with questions regarding Moodle if you ever have difficulty. There are a couple things that will be necessary for you to have in order to take an online class. You need to have some kind of word processing software. You need to have access to email. And later, I'll ask you to create an account on Zoom, which is free online video conferencing platform, and that'll help us out quite a bit. It is helpful to have a web camera for use, but it's not absolutely necessary. If you need to have a video conference, you could also use your telephone. That works well, and it works with Zoom. Might be helpful to know. The next section of the course are the course objectives, and brace yourself, I'm not going to read every single one of these to you, but I do think it will be useful if you'll read these for yourself. Even if you've had quite a bit of writing in the past, I know each writing class winds up being just a little bit different, and the English department at East Central has selected these particular performance indicators as things they want to make sure you have opportunity to do in Comp 1 to ensure your success in your higher level classes when you get to those. So, so please read those. There's a next section that emphasizes some support skills, and you should read those as well, but most definitely study the objectives. Now, I want to tell you the rest of the syllabus until we get to the very end is standard stuff that will be in every single syllabus that you get this semester. The first section talks to you about the college's individuals or institutional student learning outcomes, and those are grouped around four core ideas: critical thinking, communication, social responsibility, and personal and professional development. That program is being developed, I guess I should say, and I'll share more about that with you a little bit later. You can see that all four of those categories most definitely will inform every single class you take. So I'm going to skip over the Core 42 for the time being to get to a section, the Notice of Non-Discrimination. Was I want to say that if in this class or any other you feel you're being discriminated against on the basis of a protected status, please let the Vice President of Student Development know. There's his address and then also a telephone number. Next, maybe addressing the section on classroom and online conduct. I don't I've never had a problem with student online conduct, and I don't anticipate that that will happen, but there is a section in the student handbook that you can read to see what kind of behaviors are not allowable in an online class. That amounts to really anything incendiary, racist, insulting, but as I said, I've never had a problem in 38 years of teaching. I haven't been teaching online that many years, but I most definitely have been for 20 years. And so I hope you keep our record good and treat other people with dignity and respect. Oh, sorry about that. Now, this next section I will say I have had a problem with. It's the academic honesty and plagiarism section. Here you are, and I'm so excited for you as you're getting started on this new trajectory in your life. It's very, very important that you do your own work and that you pay attention to documentation guidelines when we get to that section. Don't submit writing that's not your own, and by all means, don't download somebody's essay and turn that in as your own. That just defeats the purpose of taking a college class and definitely wastes all of our time. Well, so far I've said nothing new to you, have I? Maybe this thing will be new. East Central College is an attendance taking institution, which means we're required by law or by the law of the accrediting agency, to report student attendance. In an online class, I take attendance by seeing whether or not you've logged in. I want you to log in 3 times a week, and so if you do that, you're in great shape. But check this out. If you don't log in for 14 days consecutively without, you're in the hospital or have some dire family emergency that you've communicated, then the college requires that I drop you. But there's something else. They put this part in that if you have missed 14 days and you're not, these don't have to be consecutive, by the way, it's grand total, and you're not maintaining a C or better, then they require that you be dropped. Or this clause, sporadic attendance, where, like, let's say in an online class you're logging in only once every 2 or 3 weeks. That's pretty sporadic. Of course, you might be logging in once and doing great work, maintaining a C or higher, and so then that's good. But if you're not logging in, you're not doing the work, the college does expect me to drop you from the class. So I'm mentioning that because it might affect your A plus status or your financial aid, and that's a good thing to know up front. Uh, there's a notification here about um, special support if you have a health condition or some kind of disability that you think might limit your ability to participate fully in an online class. Then you could visit with an access counselor and see if you qualify for access services. Okay, well, there's that section. I'm almost running out of time, and I know I'm getting up into 11 minutes almost, and it's hard to pay attention for 11 minutes, but I want to get to the section of class format. And in this little last part of the syllabus, maybe this will answer some of your questions as to what you're going to do. There are 3 threads to the class: informal writing, which we do weekly, a little bit of grammar and mechanical review, and then the formal essay writing. The way that breaks down in the grading schema for the semester is the weekly participation in discussion forums, that's 20% of your grade. Completing independent assignments, mostly grammar and mechanics and documentation skills, that's 20%. And then writing your formal essays is the last 60%. And then one last little note, because I know you want to know what's my policy on late work. And my policy is this: the short assignments that are set up week by week, exercises, forum posts, I don't really take those late. We have so many of them. Missing 1 or 2 will not hurt you, but missing a lot could take a bite out. Formal essays, there are 5 of those. They're weighted more heavily, and I am willing to accept those late, but and you know, what you need to be aware of is that you could be penalized 1 letter grade per calendar day that the essay is late, depending upon the reason for the late submission. Generally, the first late submission, I don't penalize anyone, but if people start turning things in late every time, well, I do penalize, because I don't want to be teaching bad habits. Well, I've been talking too long for this video. I am now going to end it, but thank you so much for signing up for the course. Let me know if you have questions on this syllabus.